Okay, so I guess I'll go through how I got my first tech job at Birst. Um, so I applied here March 28th. I guess a week later they reviewed me, got back. So April 9th they sent me an email. They asked a whole bunch of, I guess, essay questions like personal growth, what technology skills, what's your motivation, can I commute within reasonable, like, can I show up at work basically. So then they sent that on like April 9th, and I guess 2 weeks later, they sent a follow up on, hey, we're gonna make you go on site and do a technical presentation. Or that presentation, they gave a 2 hour time slot, but I only took up 1 hour. I had to talk about, I mean, it's on the screen, or here, I guess. Here, I don't know. Problem definition, solution design, talk about personal contributions, code walkthrough, improvements, blah, 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 blah. And then I guess a month later, after getting that email, went to their on-site, presented a project that wasn't too technical. My main focus was like, my thought process was, if I have all these other people competing for this position and I may not be the most technical, so what I did is I actually made mine entertaining, because the project I chose was from Cisco DevNet Camp Create. I did some machine learning stuff, and I talked about how I'd never done it before, and I quickly like learned how to do it kind of, and I use containers, Docker, and I guess that's why they chose me for the DevOps role, because they're using Kubernetes. And then after that, they gave me a few algorithms and coding questions. I solved them pretty easily. Solved it as I went on. During my presentation, I actually showed them clips of me at the moment at that like exact problem when it arose, or like when I had a solution, like my example. Like, I didn't want to talk and just show them like words on a slide. I actually showed them video clips of all these like things happening as they went on. So I basically showed them my entire vlog, like little itty bitty bits of it. And I guess they like that because they chose me. It's kind of nerve wracking though, because although they gave me verbal confirmations and their HR person said, "Hey, what's your address so we can mail to you our offer?" I still don't have it in writing yet, so this isn't 100% obviously, until I have it in writing. So the process, they received over 200. They received about 250 applications. They filtered out half of those. They got around 120 people for their, their hiring committee. They screened them. So they screened about 120-ish resumes. And then from those 120, so it got cut by 50%. Then the next cut is by a 90% cut, because they only invited 13 people to do their on-site interview. So I was one out of those 13, and they only had 3 positions open. 2 of them are full stack, but one of them is more focused on front end. The other is more focused on back end, and the last one is more DevOpsy, or a little bit of cloud too, DevOps and cloud, because that's who my boss is going to be. He's on the DevOps and the cloud team. So yeah, and I'm one of those 13. So I got filtered. So I passed the 50% filter, then the 90% filter, and I got into the end. Or is it 10%? I don't know. It just went from 120 to 13 people. So yeah, that's 90%. This is the first year that this is the first time they've ever had this program. So that's why there actually wasn't that many applicants. If you look at Pinterest or Lyft, those have thousands of applicants. I never got past the first screening part. Like, I got rejected instantly. Well, I guess Pinterest gave me a technical, but I never heard anything after that, even though I passed the technical. While applying, I also went through, I guess, 3 iterations of my resume. Let's check those out. Alright, so let's walk through my resume. I had many iterations. But let's look at my kind of oldest one. It's horrible, but this is what it is. It has my name, full stack software engineer, contact info, language and skills. It's just a whole bunch of words in nice sections, so relevant experience and projects, Einstein Studios, project roles, education, and it didn't really highlight any projects. It just has lots of words and my past roles and jobs in my life. So yeah, let's see the most recent one after that. So then December, I wasn't that serious about job applying and all that. But here we have February. And so in this one, I updated it, I made it look a lot better. I actually had links to actual projects. I added a line here so it looks nicer, it's separated. And this is what it looked like. And then from there, let's see, what's the next? Oh yeah, so the difference between that and the next one is I added a photo, but I took out my past work. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And since from there, after adding this photo and the past work, I've always kept on tweaking it a little bit. And then I talked with someone on Twitter who gave me some resume advice because she was helpful. It's like, oh, I know software engineering, or she was like, I know getting a job as a junior engineer in the Bay is difficult. Let me try to help a bit. Send me your resume. So thank you, Natasha. So like from there, after that, this is my most recent one. I got rid of Einstein Studios as experience. I put it under a project because I don't know. I added an objective, like she's like, call me old-fashioned, but she likes the objective. I'm kind of iffy about it. Oh yeah, and then sometime I got rid of the full stack software engineer. A lot of people I talk with, they're like, don't use full stack. Yeah. I put back on a past history. I have a portfolio site. Some people liked that portfolio site. I remember I got a job, or I didn't get it, but there was contracting roles for LinkedIn, then contracting roles for Facebook. I didn't get those, but those would have been nice companies to put on the resume. But one of them, the recruiter was like, oh, I saw your portfolio site. It looked great. I liked it. So I guess it's helpful sometimes. Some people admit they like to see it. Just keep making your resume better and better and better. Because the hardest part, like my biggest bottleneck, was going from application to phone screen. And I feel like that's because of the resume. I don't have too much experience. I feel like I'm just outbeat by others with actual experience. Because I feel like my technical stuff, I get optimal solutions. I added the photo because I know Koreans do it in their resumes. I had white space, so I added that. And it looked kind of good. It was a good headshot, so I added that too. And yeah, I start work in a week. I have to clean up a lot of things. And I want to finish all these videos so I can post them and just focus on work, Because they'll always be in the back of my mind, oh, I need to publish this one video idea I have,